Well, here we are. We are at the last day of the first week for August RPG A Day 2025, and we're at Journey. Now, coming up later on, when we get to Origin, I'll talk a little bit about my journey, because that's kind of what they are. What got you from where you were as a non-gamer? Well, you might have been a gamer, but you just weren't a role-playing gamer. What sparked your interest? If you're unaware of other people in the hobby, and definitely something outside of our atypical purview, you might take a look at Miniature Maniac. He is a tabletop war game player, but recently he has had the itch and the bug to pursue role-playing games. I found his journey to be interesting because it's not a perspective that we get to hear very often. It feels very honest, it feels very true, and it feels like he really does mean what he says in the video. He's very honest about his preference for how he likes to play. He's very honest about what drew him towards or caused his evolution or journey towards playing role-playing games, from being a guy who typically paints a bunch of miniatures and does it very well, I might add, does some pretty entertaining videos if you're into that kind of thing, and just kind of opens up. We don't get to hear from people who spend about a year into their experience of playing role-playing games in the same kind of time frame that Miniature Maniac did. Being the type of person he is, it was a little bit of a rocky start. But the important thing was, he didn't just throw in the towel. He wanted to find something, and that's something that many people don't look at. We see this idea of role-playing games as the big popular thing in pop culture, right? And we get to see all kinds of ways in which people portray what it's like to play role-playing game. But if you're familiar enough with yourself, if you understand why you like certain things, what attracts you to them, what's your motivation to get into this kind of thing, it can make the journey all that much more fruitful. It also makes it a heck of a lot easier. So I wish we could hear more from people who felt comfortable enough within their first year or so to talk about their experience. It may be a very short journey, but it's a journey nonetheless. And some people will, of course, fall by the wayside. Others will continue on. The important thing is, as they say, it's not about the destination. It's about how we're getting there. So what's your journey like? Where did you come from? How long have you been playing? Share some of what you think is valuable about your journey for the 7th day of August for RPG A Day 2025.